Hi there. In this video, we will discuss the summary of the 15th chapter of Ibong Adarna, titled Don Juan Leaves Again, from stanzas 429 to 442. We will also study the important events, characters, settings, and the lessons, messages, or implications found in this chapter. Let's begin. Early in the morning, Don Juan left to escape from his father. He knew he needed to hide because of his failure to guard the Ibong Adarna. When the king woke up, he immediately went to the room where the bird was kept. He was shocked and angry to find that the bird was no longer in its cage. When the king summoned his children, only two of them appeared before him. Don Pedro and Don Diego tried to lie again, but the king did not believe them right away. King Fernando ordered them to find Don Juan, but they failed to locate him. According to the two princes, Don Juan had betrayed them, and they were ready to leave to search for their hiding youngest brother. They traveled far and wide, but could not find Don Juan. Eventually, they reached the mountains of Armenia, where Don Juan was. Now, let's move on to the important events in this chapter. Early in the morning, Don Juan left to hide from his father out of fear of being blamed for neglecting the Ibong Adarna. When the king woke up, he went to the Ibong Adarna's cage and discovered the bird was gone, which made him very angry. The king summoned his children, but only Don Pedro and Don Diego appeared before him, while Don Juan was missing. Don Pedro and Don Diego tried to lie again, but the king did not believe them. He ordered them to find Don Juan, but they failed to locate him. Don Pedro and Don Diego traveled and eventually reached the mountains of Armenia, where Don Juan was. Important characters. Don Juan, the youngest prince who fled out of fear of being blamed for the loss of the Ibong Adarna. He is the main character being sought by his brothers. Don Pedro and Don Diego, the older brothers of Don Juan who tried to lie to their father again. They volunteered to find Don Juan. King Fernando, the father of the three princes who was angry about the loss of the Ibong Adarna and ordered Don Juan to be found. Ibong Adarna, the magical bird that was missing from its cage when the king woke up. Let us now proceed to the setting of this chapter. The setting was in the kingdom of Berbania, particularly where the brothers guarded the bird, and in the places Don Pedro and Don Diego traveled to in search of Don Juan. Here are some of the lessons shown in this chapter. Fear of responsibility can lead to bigger problems, so it is important to face any wrongdoing or mistake. Lies cannot succeed against the truth, and lying always comes with consequences. Seeking justice and truth requires patience, especially when lies are repeated. And that concludes the 15th chapter of Ibong Adarna, titled Don Juan Leaves Again. What did you learn from this lesson? Share your answers in the comments. We also encourage you to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos. Until next time, thank you for watching.